Hello. Hi. So, here's an interesting question. How do you convert Fahrenheit to Celsius? In the US, we use the Fahrenheit system for determining temperature, but the rest of the world uses Celsius. And they don't have a clue what we're talking about when we say the weather is, well, today it's 68. Well, to most people on the planet, that sounds like a lethal temperature. And I left for work today with a sweater. So how do we convert this? So, the simplest way is to start out like this. The temperature in Fahrenheit minus 32 over 1.8. Now, before we go too far, why minus 32? Because the Celsius system zeroes at freezing. Our system, freezing is 32 degrees. So we have to compensate for the fact that when the temperature gets up to freezing, you're already at 32. So we have to remove that 32 to get through here. Now, 1.8, why 1.8? A degree Celsius is bigger than a degree Fahrenheit. If the temperature increases 5 degrees Fahrenheit, you'd feel it. If the temperature increases 5 degrees Celsius, you really feel it. So a degree Celsius is actually bigger. Now, some textbooks will say temperature Fahrenheit minus 32 times 5 over 9. That is technically correct, but a lot of people have trouble because you got to multiply by 5 or you're using a calculator. So with a calculator, calculators have no trouble with decimals. I would just do divided by 1.8. Your calculator can handle it. You might want to use the 5 over 9 if you're doing it in your head, because it's like, okay, whatever this number is, multiply it by 5, you can do that in your head. Divide by 9, you can do that in your head. Decimals are a little more difficult in your head, but this is much easier, especially if you're going to be using a calculator. And what you're going to get is the temperature Celsius. So I told you it was 68 degrees. 68 degrees Fahrenheit minus 32 over 1.8 equals the temperature Celsius. Okay, well, 68 minus 32 is 36 over 1.8 equals the temperature Celsius. Now, keep going here. 36 divided by 18 is 2. 36 divided by 1.8 is 20. A calculator would tell you that, but sometimes things that look a little more complicated, just think about it. So 20 degrees Celsius is what this is. So 68 Fahrenheit, 20 degrees Celsius. Fairly easily done. Now, what if you want to go back the other way? What if you want to do temperature Celsius to temperature Fahrenheit? Well, that can be easily done. I want to tell you a story. There was one time I got frostbite, and I was in England, and I'd gone jogging before Christmas services in England out in the fields, and I got frostbite, and I'm coming back, and I'm actually passing the guy on the way to the church to turn on the heaters, and he says, "Oh, can you believe it's really minus 11 degrees?" And I'm like, "Yes, I can. It's so cold, my toes are freezing, I can't feel them. It's so cold that my breath is frozen in my beard, and I now look like Santa Claus. Yes, I can believe it. But what is minus 11 Celsius in Fahrenheit?" Well, again, you're just doing this backwards. The last thing we did was divide by temperature, by 1.8. So, temperature Celsius times 1.8. And then, the first thing we did was subtract 32. The last thing we do here is add 32. You're just doing it backwards. Minus 32 divided by 1.8 times 1.8 plus 32. And that's going to give you your temperature in Fahrenheit. Now, minus 11. Now, the reason I chose minus 11 wasn't just because there's an amusing story about it. I wanted to show you that these numbers work both above freezing and they also work below freezing. No matter what the temperature, above freezing, below freezing, the formula still works. That's what I wanted to show you. So 11 times 1.8 plus 32. I should have really used a different color. Sorry about that. Yeah, just want to make sure these are totally different problems. Just want to, in case I wasn't clear enough about that. Okay, this is here in California right now. This is many years ago in England. Okay, so negative 11 times 1.8 gives you negative, I wrote it down, didn't I? I did. 19.8 plus 32 equals our temperature Fahrenheit. Negative 19.8 plus 32 is 12.2. So negative 11 Celsius is 12.2 degrees Fahrenheit, which was really freaking cold. However, it was still a wonderful Christmas, and I would look forward to going back again sometime. But I hope this helps you. If you want to go Fahrenheit to Celsius, minus 32, divide by 1.8. If you want to go Celsius to Fahrenheit, you do it exactly backwards. First, multiply by 1.8, then add 32. I hope this has been helpful, and I hope you have a nice day. Bye-bye.